Hey YouTube, this is the Robinhood Investor. Hope you had a great day of trading. As always, I really appreciate your support. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to learn about investing, subscribe to this channel. Today, I'm going to provide an update on my Robinhood portfolio. Currently at $345,865. Cash position of $11,762. Taking a look at the transfers, you can see deposited $1,000 here on the first, and then another 1,000 on the third, and then 1,500 on the fifth, and then another 1,200 on the eighth. So about $4,700 in the past week. Taking a look at the orders, you can see I bought up some more growth stocks. So Square bought $400, Shopify another $400, Mercado Libre $400, and Facebook $600. So some of these stocks are primarily in online advertising and e-commerce. Mercado Libre is in Latin America. Shopify, it's kind of like the backbone of e-commerce. If you're trying to set up your own online store, Shopify is a great platform. Square, they're also in not just the storefront where you can swipe your credit card, but they also have the Cash app, and they're also in blockchain technology. Taking a look at my portfolio, you can see one of my largest ETF positions is Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, tracks 500 largest U.S. companies, and this is great to start with if you're just starting investing. This makes up 5% of my portfolio, or $18,269, up 66% on this position. Next is Vanguard Information Technology ETF, makes up almost 6% portfolio, or $19,710, up 206% on this position. So the great thing about ETFs is that you get diversified exposure to some of these holdings, and it's a fairly low expense ratio, so you don't have to pay too much to hold this diversified ETF. And it's very passive, hands-off, so you don't have to continue to monitor. Next, Apple is one of my largest stock positions. They make a lot of devices like smartphones. iPhone is the largest revenue, and make Mac computers. And their wearables and services businesses continues to grow. So iPhone and AirPods is a big growth driver, as well as services. So like iCloud, Apple Music, Apple TV, arcade, as well as fitness. And they recently are trying to double down on their wallet or payment services, so you can make transactions with your iPhone, no additional hardware needed. This makes up 11.53% portfolio, or $38,517, up 331% on this position. Next is Nvidia. They make GPU chips, which is high in demand, especially with a lot of dependence on vision, graphics, computing, especially on gaming computers or smart cars, smart cities, as well as the data center business. This makes up almost 11% portfolio, or $36,576, up 442% on this position. Next is Amazon, which is a big e-commerce platform in the US primarily, but they're also international as well. They also have Amazon Web Services, so a lot of websites use their web services and cloud computing services. This makes up 6.91% portfolio, or $23,089, up 57% on this position. I do plan on adding more Amazon over time, just because I think very solid business, very diversified. Next is Microsoft, which is big in the enterprise solutions as well as cloud computing. Makes up 6.58% portfolio, or $21,980, up 246% on this position. Next is Alphabet Class A shares. They did very well in terms of their earnings report. Alphabet Class A shares has voting rights, And they also announced a 20-to-1 stock split, meaning you could buy more shares of Alphabet without shelling as much money, but it doesn't really impact the overall value. It's more of a artificially inflating. So you might see a spike in the price, or yes, the stock price once they split, but it's not. I don't think it's sustainable long term. But overall, Alphabet, very solid online advertising play, and very good growth in terms of Google search as well as YouTube and all the other services, applications they have for online advertising. This makes up 3.35% portfolio, or $11,185, up 171% on this position. Alphabet Class C shares, this does not have voting rights. This makes up 2.5% portfolio, or $83.63 market value, up 180% on this position. Next is Visa, which is big in payment processing. Pretty wide net in terms of their Visa network. Makes up 4.44% of my portfolio, or $14,823, up 94% on this position. And I think great thing about Visa is even with inflation, as transactions become bigger, Visa just takes up a percentage of that. So that is great. Next is Tencent, which is a big Chinese technology company. They are pretty diversified in fintech as well as social media and gaming. This makes up 3.57% portfolio, or $11,929, up 27% on this position. Overall, Chinese stocks took a big dip, but I think long term they'll do well. Johnson & Johnson, very big healthcare stock. They have consumer products as well as medical devices and pharmaceuticals. This makes up 2.98% portfolio, or $9,947, up 32% on this position. They pay a pretty solid dividend yield of 2.45 right here. Next is Meta Platforms. They have services including Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Oculus VR, virtual reality. And they have, I think, almost 2 billion users, which is pretty solid in terms of active users. And as they pivot to the virtual reality business, having such a strong network of users will help with adoption. And I think even though they took a significant dip, I think long term they'll do well. I plan to continue a dollar cost average into this position. This makes up 2.89% portfolio, or $9,641, up 18% on this position. United Health, which is a health insurance among other services, this makes up 2.8% portfolio, or $9,367, up 184% on this position. Alibaba, which is e-commerce and web services similar to Amazon, makes up 2.57% portfolio, or $8,591, down 29% on this position. As I mentioned, Chinese stock took a significant dip. You can see 5 years only up 20%, but I think long term they'll do well. So plan to continue holding that position. Next is Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSM. Makes up 2.54% portfolio, or $8,473, 50% on this position. So TSM will continue to benefit as there's a high dependence on chips, semiconductor, and a lot of hardware technology companies outsource their manufacturing of semiconductors to TSM. McDonald's, big restaurant chain, makes up 2.34% portfolio, or $7,802, up 61% on this position. I think McDonald's continues to impress with their growth, but also their dividends, so very solid dividend growth stock. Next is Costco, which is in the membership warehousing space, makes up 2.18% portfolio, or $7,298, up 109% on this position. Really like the dividend as well as the capital appreciation. Home Depot, which is in the home improvement space, makes up 1.95% portfolio, or $6,505, up 138% on this position. Next is Boeing, which is in the aircraft, manufacturing, and aerospace defense. This one took a significant dip due to all the travel is not as big, not as much demand, especially the business travel. Everyone working remotely. So hopefully, Boeing will continue to pick back up in the next year or two. This makes up 1.92% portfolio, or $6,406, down 5.16% on this position. Berkshire Hathaway, which is Warren Buffett's company, holding company, they have a lot of solid holdings, including Apple. Makes up 1.383% portfolio, or $6,119, up 70% on this position. Next is PayPal. This one took a significant dip after earnings. And you can see currently priced at $120 per share, which is less than what it was back in July 2019. This makes up 1.51% portfolio, or $5,058, up 1.68% on this position. So I actually got into this stock a long time ago, but you can see that it got back to the price I entered it. Take a look at Shopify, another solid e-commerce stock. Makes it 1.46% portfolio, or $4,862, down 23% on this position. I do plan on adding more Shopify stock because I think with any small business or any small or medium or large business trying to get into the business, having an online presence, Shopify helps with a lot of the transactions online. Mercado Libre, which is e-commerce platform in Latin America, and they also have payment services, makes up 1.44% portfolio, or $4,822, down 21% on this position. Do you plan on adding more of this stock into my portfolio? AT&T is a loser in my portfolio. They do have a dividend, but I think this one I might liquidate soon. Makes up 1.33% portfolio, or $4,452, down 30% on this position. PepsiCo, big in the snacks and drinks soft drinks business, makes up 1.19% portfolio, or $3,969, up 45% on this position. Block, which owns companies like Square, as well as Cash App. This makes up 1.27% portfolio, or $4,252, down 42% on this position. I do plan on adding more Block to my portfolio. Next is Disney, which is in the entertainment, parks, and direct-to-consumer in terms of streaming services. Makes up 1.05% portfolio, or $3,491, up 22% on this position. Adobe, which is in the content creation space, a lot of services, makes up 0.87% portfolio, or $2,912, up 1.32% portfolio. Adobe also took a significant dip along with other growth stocks, but I think solid long-term play. Next, Era Energy, solid dividend growth stock, makes up 0.82% portfolio, or $2,724, up 72% on this position. CrowdStrike, which is a solid cybersecurity stock, makes up 0.75% portfolio, or $2,509, up 22% on this position. The Trade Desk, which is in the online advertisement space, makes up 0.69% portfolio, or $2,311, up 118% on this position. Twilio, which provides a lot of communications, web services, makes 0.56% portfolio, or $1,857, down 22% on this position. Next is Teladoc Health, which is in the telehealth space, makes up 0.49% portfolio, or $1,636, down 26% on this position. Last but not least is Baozun, which is the Shopify of China, makes up 0.46% portfolio, or $1,526, up down 63% on this position. Also do have some Ethereum in this portfolio, as well as my Coinbase portfolio. What are your thoughts on these stocks, and what are you holding? Comment down below. Remember to use my referral links below, and both of us get $20 for using personal capital or free stock for using Robinhood. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to learn about investing, subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video.